Hello again, Michael Freeberg here from beautiful North Carolina with another Father's Day shave. Let me first of all say happy Father's Day to my dad Richard and to my brother Peter, to my father-in-law Brian, particularly who's having a bit of a troubled spot right now, to my brother-in-law Brian, as well as to the newest father in the family, my cousin Daniel. Congratulations everybody and happy Father's Day. Well, today I'm going to be only using a single new product. It is the Barrister and Mann Reserve line of soaps. This is the classic. This was sent to me for review by Barrister and Mann. These are now made available. I think this was just before it came out. Let me just show you the soap. As you can see, I've been sort of carving out parts to press into the lathering bowl. The soap is, well, it's not soft, but not hard. You know, in betweener, as it were. Well, I've never smelled the aftershave that this is based on, the Sun Up from Gillette, but it is a very bright, happy scent. I'm not sure how else to describe it. It just smells great, and it smells very good in the container. And in fact, the scent opens up when you begin to lather it. So let's just recap that. I'll tell you what's in there. This is a bit of a different formula. This is not based on the Glissant 2.0 base. This actually is a different soap base. And this is, again, a tallow-based soap that does not include lanolin. And that's a difference from previous soap bases. So if you were sensitive to lanolin and were therefore avoiding some of these Barrister and Mann soaps, you can rejoice. This line of soaps does not include lanolin. So it does include tallow. It has safflower seed oil, castor seed oil. It also contains coconut milk, and of course a variety of other ingredients, including the scent, which, as I said, a very bright, kind of happy, lightly citrus. It smells fantastic. Today's razor is going to be the RazoRock Baby Smooth. I have in there a Personna Med Prep blade. I think this is the fourth use. I've been shaving with this, I think, or maybe the fifth. I think I've been using this all week. Let me just get this assembled. For those of you that don't know, this is a 3-piece razor, aluminum. Let me just tighten that up there. It does have a, there is an overhang, not much, but it is there, just a touch, but still something to watch out for. Today's brush is going to be, well, the raw Neep Lignum Vitae, the giant boar. All right, so while I start getting lathered up, let's just talk about the soap. So I'm again, as always, for these weekly reviews, shaving with this all week. It's been kind of a weird week, again, with just oddities of my schedules required some morning shaves and some evening shaves. So the directions for use on the soap are to load 20-30 seconds, get a good load of soap on the brush. So I'm going to make sure that I do that. Don't underload. I actually underloaded the first day, and it was it just wasn't right. I could tell as I was shaving with it, definitely need more soap. So don't be shy, load enough soap. The directions also state you need to use water, and use a lot of water. That doesn't mean drench the soap, but you definitely can continue to add water, and probably more water than you are used to adding to your soaps. This soap likes a lot of water, and when you add enough water, and you will know when that is, you're going to have a fantastic creamy lather. So let me just continue to load the brush, make sure I get a good heavy load in there. As you can see, I hope that catches on camera, it already has a bit of a sheen to it, and we'll get to that in just a moment. The scent, when you begin to lather this up and you add a bit of water to this, the scent evens out a little bit and becomes, to my mind, a little less bright, a little less floral. There's still the hint of citrus in there. It just smells happy. It just is just a really nice scent. All right, I think that is sufficient load on the brush. I'm going to one-handed, and apologies to the person that bothers, but later in the shave, I will be sure to rinse with 2 hands. Just gonna wet my face again and drip in a very posh way. Bloop. Add some water to the brush. Now, I'm likely going to have to add more water as we go through. This is, in fact, a very thirsty soap, and it benefits from adding water in stages. So a couple things, you can already see what's happening here, starting to form up a bit of a dense, creamy lather. So one thing about the soap to bear in mind is that it is a little deceptive in the sense that when you begin to lather it, it almost instantly feels slick and creamy, very slippery, kind of silky on the face. Don't let that fool you into thinking that you already have enough water in there, because it's very likely that you need to add more. Now I hope you can see what's happening here. Already kind of a shiny, slick lather. We're going to add more water in just a moment. God, there's just lather falling everywhere. As you can see, let's take that. Now let's just do the slap test. You can see that is pretty wet, but still a little bit dense, a little bit heavy. I'm going to just drip a bit more water onto the face of the brush. And you can almost immediately hear a difference, at least I can. Doesn't quite sound so airy. See what's happening there? That is a fantastically hydrated, very wet soap, slick and creamy. Wow. And as you can see, that did not take long, but I did add a fair amount of water. Soap has been formulated to work well in hard waters as well. I think we have relatively hard water. It's really hard to say, you know, obviously fluctuates. That was the razor falling into the sink. But I've had no issues with lathering it up. Okay, this is the RazoRock. This is the Baby Smooth, 4th or 5th use on this Personna Med Prep. 2 days of growth, shaved Friday morning. Just walking through it. For the person, by the way, who complained that it's a double-edged razor, you should flip it around when you're shaving with it. I'm going to show you why I don't like doing that. So when you flip it, I don't like the way that looks at all. That razor is full of sort of soap suds and hairs. I'd really rather just rinse, keep the razor good and wet. Every time I rinse, I'm turning the razor around. So I am obviously shaving with both sides of the head. It's just that you don't see me using both at the same time. Yeah, beautiful slickness on the soap. The scent certainly sticks with you throughout the shave. Like I said, this is just a very nice, bright, just a clean aftershave scent. Now, I can't speak to how accurate or how authentic the scent is compared to the original, but in some ways, I'm not sure it matters, because even if you didn't know that this was a replica or sort of homage to a previous scent, it really wouldn't change how much you enjoy the scent, unless maybe there's an element of nostalgia included. All right, first pass done, easy. Now, I'm gonna rinse. Still, you can feel just how much slickness, when you add water to this and that layer on your face, you can just, tons of residual slickness. You can see also soap slowly leaking down the handle there. I'm just gonna pull some of that off. I hope you can see how sleek and how shiny that is. That's just gorgeous. Again, as soon as you begin to apply it, you get this immediate sense of sort of creamy, silky slickness. The scent really opens up again. Now, I have to confess, I made a terrible mistake. And you know what? It happens to all of us. We're only human. But I've been shaving with this all week, and it really wasn't until Wednesday when I realized, you idiot, why didn't you immediately purchase the aftershave version of this? Just, what a dope. Because it would have been fantastic for you to use that classic aftershave to close out this shave. No, I've also not used an aftershave all week. In part because the post-shave skin feel for this soap base, this formula, is fantastic. I haven't really felt the need, and it's been kind of fun, like with some of the Abate and La Mantilla soaps, to go without just to see what the sort of the impact is. But in my heart of hearts, I really regret not having purchased that aftershave, because man, it'd be great to close this one out with that same scent. All right, this is going to be the Across the Grain. Wow, just definitely, I think 100%, very likely, could well be, maybe. This is the last shave on this blade. So easy, so easy. Very happy to see this particular razor model being brought back to the market, whether that's in the aluminum or in the titanium. If you've been looking for one for a while, I hope you're able to get one of the ones that were made available, and I hope that they keep coming. Yeah, that is like almost too slippery there at the bottom. A very mild razor, and if there's just too much soap or it's too slick, in fact, you have to sort of watch for the fact that it's not just sliding over the soap as opposed to actually shaving. Oh wow, so good. You know, I think I talked last week about just the ongoing sort of the continuation of people's improvements on their soaps. I think somebody on Reddit described it as an escalating arms race, in which we as the consumers obviously come out ahead because of just the sheer number of choices and the quality that you can buy. And often, actually, unless you're talking about very limited edition soaps or sort of the higher end, there are a range of artisans that produce very competitively priced soaps that offer excellent performance. I'm going to dip the tips of the brush, and I'm just going to load a little bit extra. Really have no reason not to. Today's the last day of the rotation for the soap. Just pull out what I have in the bowl. There you can see. Just going to add again just a touch of water to the brush. Wow, yeah, just really liking this soap. Yeah, let me just say what I said last time or in previous videos. If you are struggling with the soap you don't like, or you're not getting the performance out of it that you think you should get, or you're having any kind of like second thoughts about it, you should move on to the next thing, because you just have so many amazing products to choose from. I sort of have the opposite problem in the sense that every day when I look at my loot crate and the mountain of soaps around it, I just think, man, I just have so many great soaps that are just sitting there waiting to be returned to service. But with so many more soaps coming out, and more soaps in the queue to review, well, there's some old standbys and favorites that are just going to have to wait before they can make a return to the Friedberg bathroom. All right, this is the Against the Grain. Let's try not to drip so much water in my ear this time. All right, second side. Changing up the directions a little bit to account for the hair growth and comfort. Excellent buffing soap. I know buffing is often described as kind of an advanced shaving technique, and yeah, may well be, but definitely worth exploring. And a really good quality soap like this just makes it so easy. There's no friction. Yep, overshaved right there just a little bit. This blade is definitely on its last legs. Yeah, this razor is just, it's like sort of shaving on autopilot. It is so easy. Just fantastic. Great combo there. That soap and the razor. All right, I'm going to rinse now with 2 hands. I lied, 1 hand. No, 2 hands. 1 hand. Look at me combining techniques. These are really advanced rinsing techniques. I mean, yes, beginner shavers, 2 hands. Advanced shavers, switch from 2 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1. Now the hardest part, the ear rinsing. Oh, you see that? Every day, soap in my ear. All right. It remains, by the way, a daily struggle here in North Carolina in terms of just effect on my skin. But overall, actually really, really happy. So having rinsed that soap off, still a layer of slickness. I'm going to towel off. Like I said, I've not used aftershave really once this week. The soap is supposed to be tuned for post-shave skin feel. Yes, it means I miss out a little bit on the additional pleasure of aftershave and sort of the additional scent, but I don't have the classic, which is what I would really want to use after this. But I have to say, post-shave on the soap really has been very, very good. A nice layer of slickness. Skin does not feel tight or hot at all. Even with that blade that was, you know, really at the end of its rope there, getting a little bit rough in that last pass. Really nice shave. Very, very nice stuff. All right, let's do a quick recap. Let's do the razor first. The RazoRock Baby Smooth, the aluminum. This was from the first set. A variety of blades work great in this razor. Light. Handle is just this kind of very plain pattern, not really knurled at all. Still not slippery, except for the fact that I obviously dropped it at the beginning of the shave, but that was just my clumsiness. Just a fantastic shave. The fact that the blade is as curved as it is contributes obviously to the sheer comfort and usability of this razor. Very happy to see these back on the market again. Today's soap, star of the show, 100%, is this fantastic Barrister and Mann. We get the label up right. Flying Eagle. There's the title. Let me just show you the soap again. Beautiful scent. And the scent definitely smells a little bit different when you smell it directly from the container and opens up, sort of, you know, becomes a bit more lively, shall we say, when you begin to lather it, and smells great throughout the shave. Post-shave quality is very, very good. Easy to lather. You have to use enough water. And you could see as I was building that lather, it is sleek and slippery, a bit silky at the beginning, but don't let that fool you. You need to continue to add water to the soap. You're going to soon get a very slick, wet, yogurty lather. As you could see, did not take long to build. It's not a lot of effort to make it happen. You do need to use enough water. Thank you very much for passing this on for review. Extremely happy with that. And again, this is a tallow only base, does not include lanolin. So again, if you want to use these soaps that are sensitive to lanolin, this is the line to look for. I think this is only available in the 3 current scents, but I'm hoping these soaps become available in the full range of scents from the Reserve line. Today's brush, still covered in lather, the Rod Neep Lignum Vitae Monster Boar. Just a fantastic brush. As I said before, if I had to save one brush in a house fire, that may be it. Now, with that said, I would of course try to stuff some others into my pockets, but that might be the first one that I grab. Maybe. I think that's it. No aftershave. I'm going to leave it like that. Man, my skin feels really good. That was an excellent close shave. No irritation. Very comfortable. Well, that's a great way to end off this Father's Day shave, I have to say. Let me just say thank you again so much for watching. I really appreciate the time you're taking. Of course, as always, you can leave a comment or question against the video, and I try to get back to that as quick as I can. And otherwise, until next time, thank you and goodbye.